Hey guys, so I'm gonna run pretty fast and loose with this because I've had a crazy day and I haven't had time to write anything down. Like usually I have sort of like an outline that I want to go over, but things have happened so fast and I've been glued to the news all day ever since this morning. I have to tell you guys because it's so crazy how this all happened. So I woke up this morning and I knew that they were going to be well, they had released the crime scene in Idaho, and they were going to be having crime scene cleaners showing up there to start, cleaning the scene up. Like they had released it, and it had been given to professional crime scene cleaners so that they could get it ready to give back to the landlord. So then he could, I suppose, rent it. But I guess, that's a little stupid because now it's looking like who knows how long that'll be because craziness, okay? So, um, I heard that that was going to be happening, and I also heard that tonight, they were going to be having the celebration of life for Kaylee and Maddie. And if you guys remember back to the beginning of when all of this happened and the families were being interviewed all the time, particularly Kaylee's family, because that was the family that was the most outspoken about everything. The mother specifically said that she was terrified that they would have a funeral or a celebration of life and the killer could be there, like, hugging them and, just, blending in. So part of me was thinking, like, gee, I wonder if they're gonna, announce that they arrested somebody because I really didn't think they were gonna have that funeral until the guy was in, custody. But then, it's also been like a long time since it happened. So, at the same respect, I thought maybe they just got tired of waiting and they wanted to do it. So, how would I know if that was, for real, right? And then they come out with this crazy cover of the sun, which, the sun is a rag that you see at the grocery aisle when you're checking out. One of those how we used to see where Elvis was alive crap. It's that kind of a paper. So you don't really believe what they come out with. But there it was saying that they caught somebody for this. And I'm like, what? Are they predicting the future now? That's crazy. But anyway, then the news breaks that they caught this guy and they have him arrested in Scranton, Pennsylvania, which now I said to myself because I know Pennsylvania. I'm in Jersey, you guys, and I lived in Pennsylvania for 9 miserable years. And I know the state very well because my father's best friend actually built a house there when I was 10 years old. And I would go there every single year, multiple times, because my father's best friend's daughter is just a year younger than me and we grew up together. She's more like family than she's you know, a friend. She's not blood related, but I grew up with her. So I consider her more family than I do a lot of my family, basically. Um, but anyway, I knew that Scranton was not in Monroe County because they said that Scranton, Pennsylvania, but they also said he was in Monroe County Jail. So I was like, wait a minute, because Scranton is not in Monroe County. What is going on here? So then I find out because like I said, I know people out there, right? I know people that live in Monroe County. I heard that this did happen, not anywhere near Scranton. I think the news reports were just saying Scranton because that is the closest big city to where this guy was, arrested. He was arrested in a little town. I'm not even going to say the name of it, but it's actually in Monroe County, okay? Um, so yes, I have talked to somebody that's there, that's already seeing the news people arriving, and already it's going that little town that I know so well is about to blow up. And I feel like I knew this was coming because when I tell you, I was writing a post on my personal Facebook saying that I think it's going to break. 2 seconds later, in my comments, somebody I went to high school says they just arrested somebody, and I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. I don't know how I knew it, you guys, but I knew it. And it's so weird because I've been freaking out about it all day. I can't get over this. But anyway, the guy was driving the car that we've been looking for. They did a press conference, and I waited for that to be on, and I watched it before I got on here. which, they didn't really say much except that the guy is going to be extradited, and he has another court date on Tuesday in Pennsylvania, but they're going to extradite him, and the court told them to stop the crime scene cleanup, because I was watching a YouTuber who was live outside the house this morning because I wanted to watch these crime scene people show up, right? And they had this big ass truck and trailer, and they were setting up a tent. They started bringing stuff out, and all of a sudden, boom, they started packing everything up and they left. And it was like really fast. It all happened so fast. Like, I still can't believe this. And I just had to get on here real quick and put this out there because you guys, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And the guy, like, what a creeper, okay? I don't think he knew any of them. And I told you guys yesterday you didn't know Jack, and to stop blaming Jack because it wasn't Jack. I knew that. I knew it wasn't the boyfriend. That's so stupid. And I also knew it most likely wasn't Jack S. because they cleared him like this, and he took off and he left the country. Or, I don't know, there's speculation that he left the country, but I believe that he's, like, on a planned trip with his family out of the country. So, it's not like he was running from the law and, took off out of the country. It was a plan. They were always going to be there, whether this happened or not. So, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, it blew my mind. I can't believe it happened. I'm so glad that they made an arrest. And, like, this guy, they already got him in the turtle suit, meaning that he's threatening to unalive himself, which they better watch him closely because Pennsylvania jails are not known for being really good at anything they do. Trust me. Like I said, I lived there for 9 miserable years, and I know a lot of people who've done a lot of time in that state. Myself included, and I'm not going to say a lot of time, but I smoke a lot of weed, and Pennsylvania's not a legal state, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But yes, Pennsylvania's not a great state to be locked up in. So I hope that they watch this guy like 24/7 and they get him safely to Idaho where he can stand trial because I'm sure that this is the dude. Like, I'm going to show you something that came out earlier today. I was watching Icked Mill because I love him, and he showed these screenshots that are from Reddit. Apparently this guy, like some 300 days ago, was looking for people to help him in a study of like how you feel when you commit a crime. Like, the dude was like leaving breadcrumbs all the way back, and he was in Pennsylvania because he was with his parents. He actually lived in Pullman, Washington, which is just like 10 minutes away from Moscow, Idaho. He was going to Washington State University, which is just over, like, it's the neighbor school, basically, to the University of Idaho. So he didn't go there, but he did go to school in the area. So, like, everybody's saying that, like, those two schools, they, are, like, I don't know, like, I want to say this right. They're, like, friendly, like, when you have, like, two football teams, like, that shake hands at the end. I don't know what you call that, how they're, like, they're sportsmanly, like they don't hate each other, and some of the times they party with each other, right? So I'm guessing that this dude probably was watching that house. Probably, I'm hearing that he was following the girls on Instagram, but a lot of people are saying that weirdos are making quick Instagram profiles and quickly following them to make it look like he was following them. So I don't really know if that's true. I don't know if we have like a verified Instagram account that we can prove is the account that was following them, but I've seen screenshots from Maddie Mogan's Instagram that are showing that he like liked them or like was commenting on her photos, or I'm not really sure, but like I'll show you what I saw when I'm doing the editing on this because I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna get this up as soon as I can. But yeah, like this all happened, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta really quick, like hurry up, get my shit together, jump on here, make a quick video, and then I have to edit it and get it up because it takes me so long to edit videos because I have no idea what I'm doing because I am still so new at this. But, like, I wanted to get this out there. I had to say this. I don't know if I'm suddenly psychic or what, but I knew this was going to happen. And I'm not TikTok psychic. I'm not sitting there reading tarot cards and defaming people. that girl she better do something, or she's gonna do time. Like, seriously. Or if not through time, she's gonna do a lot of fines, and like, I'd probably get her platform taken away. I mean, you don't sit there and name names when you don't have a clue what you're talking about because the cards told you so. I mean, come on, chick. I'm not gonna say much more about that girl. She's a nut. But, you know, like, and she's been sued and she's still going. Like, she's doubling down. Like, oh my God. At least take your stupid videos off and apologize to this poor woman, because she called her a murderer and she called her a lesbian. And what else did she say about this woman? I mean, oh, and that she planned, I don't know. I don't even have TikTok, so I've only heard this from other places. But I'm just saying, like, that girl is a nut and she better apologize, because not cool. And I've personally been super, super careful about naming names on my channel. Like, when I've talked about the Jacks, it's only because everybody else in the world has already talked about the Jacks. And y'all know who I was talking about. And I didn't have to, I never said their full last names. I wouldn't do that. I was referring to them by just their last initials. And even when I talked about the frat guys yesterday, I was careful not to name them either, because I don't want any lawsuits coming my way. I wasn't going to say anybody did anything before I knew. But this dude, this 28-year-old man, which I am fully comfortable saying is most likely the one, because I watched the press conference and the cops straight out said, this is who did it. You know what I mean? Like, they're 100% sure they have the right guy. And I mean, they wouldn't have found him if they didn't have, you know, all the proper evidence. If they didn't have certain steps to follow to get to where they are to have picked him up. You see what I mean? Like, I just can't believe it, you guys. I can't believe it. I'm so happy that they finally arrested somebody, and I just had to say it. I had to get on here. I had to say it. And tomorrow I'm going to try and put out a full video on the case, like beginning to end, like I do with my other cases. Now that it's finished and I feel comfortable, I can actually, like, you know, put out the facts as it happened. I'm going to do that, you know, with my photos and my screenshots and all that good stuff. But for right now, I just had to get it out there. Today was crazy. I can't believe this happened. And I am so happy that they caught him. Because, wow, you guys, just wow, okay? And how cool is it that this is the same day that Kaylee and Maddie's celebration of life is happening? In fact, that's probably happening like any time now, because it's supposed to be this evening and it's 4 hours or 3 hours earlier there. So right now, it's like 2:40 in the afternoon out there. So it should be pretty soon, I think. And I'm sure somebody will stream it. So if I can, I'll be watching that as well. So yeah, I just wanted to say I'm so happy they got him. And I will talk to you guys too tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.